It's our Let's Bake segment, and our cake maker, Olushola and Anne, our sister, will show us how to make a citrus cake, a Swiss meringue buttercream, meringue kisses, and lots of goodies. Sounds so yummy already. If you're ready, let's bake. We're going to start with the butter and the sugar. We'll cream the butter and the sugar first before we do anything else. We will allow the butter and the sugar combine before we add the other ingredients. You should stop in between to scrape down the sides and make sure you do not have unmixed batter at the bottom. We'll add our eggs gradually. Once the eggs have combined, then we'll add our flour, we'll add orange juice, we'll add the zest of orange, we'll add preserved cream of tartar and baking powder. We've divided our flour into 3 parts, and then we'll add each part gradually, but the part with the baking powder will go in last. Put your mixer on low speed while you're putting the flour. The beauty of this recipe is the fact that you get to use natural flavors which are readily available. Oranges are available all year round and also affordable. All our other ingredients will be added as well. I just added the orange zest. That's the zest of 1 orange. Lastly, I'm adding the orange juice. We're done mixing. I've prepared 2 10-inch pans. I'll pour my batter into the pans and then we'll bake. Now we're ready to bake. We'll take this to the oven and then we'll start with the Swiss meringue buttercream. Now we're ready to make our meringue cookies or kisses. Basically, meringues are egg white and sugar. They are better made in stainless steel bowls, and if you must, you have to clean your bowl with vinegar so that you can ensure it is grease free. You just put in a little vinegar and use it to wipe. In goes our egg whites. We'll use our balloon whisk. On high speed. I'll put in a little cream of tartar once it starts working. I want to add sugar gradually. You add it gradually, let it dissolve before you add the rest. That way it has formed the stiff peak we want. Let me check. There you have it. We'll pipe our meringue kisses and bake at 100 degrees centigrade. After the meringue is ready, I'll fill up my disposable piping bag and then pipe some. The beauty of meringue is being able to get the stiff peak. Now we're ready to go and bake.
While our cake and meringue kisses are going into the oven, we'll take a quick break here, and when we return, we'll be having a chat with our guest baker. Don't go anywhere.
I'm actually a passionate baker. I don't rest until everything is done.
When I entered university, anytime I'm broke, I'll make cupcakes and go and sell to the other students.
Decorating cake it's an artistic thing, and art is, dynamic.
Join us on Baker's World every Thursday at 3:30 p.m. on the network service of the NTA. Baker's World, celebrating creativity. Don't miss it.
In cakes, sincerely, it's a never say never. If you can dream it, you can bake it.
Our guest baker today is an articulate and enterprising woman. Olushola Ajibade is an indigene of Ondo State, born July 2nd in Kainji, New Busa, Niger State. She had her primary education at Ahmadu Bello University Staff School Zaria and attended Federal Government College, Katsina State. She proceeded to the prestigious Ahmadu Bello University, where she obtained a degree in urban and regional planning in the year 2000. After which, she had her National Youth Service Corps in Abuja. Olushola grew up with her mom baking, which inspired her to bake even as an undergraduate. In 2012, she eventually started her baking career, which propelled her to improve on her baking skills by attending trainings and learning new techniques. Olushola Ajibade completed the Wilton method of cake decoration, steps 1, 2, and 3, which earned her an advanced diploma in cake decorating, among others. She is a fitness enthusiast and also likes gardening and music. In cake decoration, Olushola makes her best effort to ensure that her work looks attractive. She is married to a successful architect, Adeyinka Ajibade, and they are blessed with 3 beautiful children. Today, Olushola Ajibade is the CEO of Galaxy Confectionery Venture. Join us as we have a chat with this versatile and creative baker, Olushola Ajibade.
And the woman we've been talking about is right here with me on Baker's World. You're welcome to Baker's World, ma'am.
Thank you. Good afternoon.
So let's talk a little bit about your experience so far in the baking industry, how you started, where you are today.
I grew up with my mother baking, and back in the day in university, we used to just bake for fun or just to get a little pocket money to get by. But about 10 years ago, I wanted a cake for my daughter, and I went to the bakery. And the bakery I used to go to turned me down, saying I had to give them like 3 days notice. And I thought, why not? Let me go back and do what I know to do. Maybe not perfectly then. And so I pulled it off with 2 cakes, and my husband was surprised that, why do we have to go to bakeries and they keep telling us their own terms, So the next time he came back with a gift, he bought me a hand mixer. And that was how I started.
What are some of the challenges that bakers here in Nigeria experience in this industry?
Basically, the problem bakers encounter, which I think every other person
can relate with is the issue of light and substandard products. These two can really affect your work and end products. Yes, there are substandard products like cocoa powder or any other thing that we use to bake. You will not get the proper turnout like you would want. You need to get to trusted brands. Make sure you buy from known producers only. Otherwise, if you pick anything off the shelf from the market, you will get a different result and you will have to pay for it because all the client wants is their cake.
Tell us about the most difficult cake that you've ever baked.
Well, the most challenging cake so far that I think I had to make was when I had to present a cake for an exhibition. Yes, it was going to be for Independence Day. I've never done a talking drum, hand painting. Of course I can paint, but you know, it's a bit challenging when you have to paint on cake. It's not like when you do it on paper and you can erase. Sure. If you make mistakes, you have to be so careful. The techniques of making out a talking drum and every other thing that went into that cake, it had so many details. Of course, in between school runs, lessons, home chores, everything, power outage, but I was focused, I was determined, I had to just do this, and I did eventually. I'm always so proud of.
Let's talk about today's cake, the citrus cake, and of course you making the meringue cases from scratch. What's the inspiration behind doing this instead of buying from the store?
If you want to make simple cakes, you can look for things around the house. You understand? Citrus cakes are made from oranges, like the one I'm making for you today. You just need the orange zest, you need the orange juice itself, and that will do as natural flavoring for the cake. It's simple to get. Oranges are everywhere. If you choose to use any other fruit as well, they are easily accessible. That is it. And for the meringues are made from egg whites. Usually, whipped cream can be very expensive, and sometimes you won't even find to buy, you know, and very technical to use as well. So it can be cumbersome if you need to get whipped cream, you can't get. You can always make your own using egg whites with butter. Those are the basic ingredients you need for Swiss meringue. You need egg whites, sugar, butter, just household things. You don't have to worry, where will I get whipped cream from? What dessert cake do I want to make? Especially, most of the time we make cakes for children, and it's easy.
There are a lot of people out there that wants to start a business in the baking industry. What would be your advice for them? Because some are always thinking, how do I start? I need a lot of money. I need different tools. I need this tool, that tool. What would be your advice for them?
Sincerely, baking requires a lot because you have to buy tools, you have to learn different techniques, you have to pay for your trainings, but you can always start from somewhere. You're going to start little. You start making small cupcakes, buy the few tools, the few equipments you can, and start. Then from there, the business will grow itself. If you're true to your work, it will speak for itself.
Thank you so much for having this conversation with us. It's really been a pleasure.
Thank you very much.
That was our chat with the CEO of Galaxy Confectionery Ventures. Our cake and meringue cases should be about ready now. We'll take a quick break, and when we return, we'll be decorating it.
I like to talk about excellence. You know, there are some bread I cannot eat. There are some cakes I won't eat. And there are some cakes some people will not eat. And there are some cakes some people will eat. Now, looking at the categories of people that buy it, you must understand that excellence is the minimum requirement in the school of success. There is a bread the president, the Dangotes, the Adenogas will not eat, and there's some bread which they will eat. I had one of these big boys sometimes when he's even going to barb his head, the barber comes from the UK to barb his head once in 3 weeks. So in the same way, you must understand the categories of the people you are baking to, we are baking for. Meaning, you have to give excellence. What is excellence? Excellence is not perfection. No. Excellence is not even a destination. Excellence is a journey. Meaning, excellence simply means when you bake a bread, make sure the bread or the cake you bake today is better than the one you baked yesterday. Excellence is something that is sequential, progressive, consistent. If you are baking for just 12 people or you are baking for 12,000, please take notes. You got to 12,000 because of excellence. You remain at 12 if you don't add excellence to what you're doing, because excellence is the minimum requirement in the school of success. When you start with just baking for your family, and more families are now asking you for bread, never compromise your quality. Never compromise the quality of the content. Never allow quantity to rob you of quality when you are selling a larger quantity. I may not be able to repeat that, but you know what I'm talking about. Never compromise your quality at a low state. Make no mistake when the big breakthrough comes to compromise your quality. I'll see you another time. Welcome.
We're about to make our Swiss meringue buttercream. We start with our sugar and egg whites. We'll whisk it thoroughly and put over a double boiler until all the sugar granules have dissolved. Now over to the double boiler. The essence of this is to enable the sugar dissolve. You will know when the sugar has dissolved or at about 160 degrees Fahrenheit. I've taken it off the boiler. I'll pour it into my mixer, whisk with a balloon whisk for about 7 minutes. I want to add the butter now. You add in cubes, letting each one dissolve before the next cube is added. At this point, wow, look what we've got. A smooth, silky meringue buttercream. Now our Swiss meringue buttercream is ready. I let it chill for a bit alongside my cake. I've already crumb coated, filled and refrigerated the cake. I need it chilled so that I can get a better result. You can see it's stable enough to start spreading it. Now you have to chill it a bit before you come back for the second round. We're about to finish the last phase of the decoration after freezing for about an hour. Now we're going to decorate the cake. We use the meringue cookies that we had baked earlier on. We use some fruits and some chocolate topping. Adding our fruits, I have strawberries, I have cherries, I have chocolates. And of course, some of our meringue cookies which we baked earlier on. Here we have it. This is our citrus cake, and we have frosted it with our homemade whipped cream, that is Swiss meringue buttercream, and also homemade meringue cookies.
Wow, 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 wow. This is really, really beautiful. Well done. I feel like it's my birthday already, although it's not my birthday. I can see the cookies. It really turned out very, very well. Look, you see, this is what we are talking about. You don't need to spend a lot of money if you want to have an amazing recipe like this. You can use your basic ingredients at home to make such yummy cake like this, and you will get the same result. Or do you think it's difficult? Well, before we go any further, I need to have a taste of this. What about the meringue kisses?
Yes, okay, you may, please.
I can just start with this.
Yes, you may.
Very delicious. Just heavenly. That is all I can say. You need to try this at home. This is one of those things you try at home. Well, that's all we have for you today on Baker's World. So we come your way next week with a more exciting episode. You can follow us on all our social media platforms: Facebook, Instagram, YouTube. It's Baker's World on NTA. I'm Funke Koyele. See you next week.